Hello, confused internet. Welcome to Nancy Drew and the Haunted Carousel, which is the next one after Ghost Dogs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because we went from one horror-themed one to another horror-themed one. Although I guess Ghost Dogs, like, the name sounded horror.
To be fair, several of these have all been kind of quote-unquote horror-themed.
I mean, Treasure in a Royal Tower wasn't. What was the first one? Secrets Can Kill?
Yeah.
But that's more thriller than horror.
I mean, I would argue thriller falls under the horror genre.
I guess, but I mean, you get what I mean. Okay, so maybe I should say spooky instead, right?
Okay.
Like spooky has different implications, doesn't it?
Sure.
So this one is like another spooky one as opposed to general mystery, I guess. I mean, it's still a mystery, but whatever. It's a spooky mystery.
It's more Scooby-Doo-like than normal.
Yeah, I guess.
The Haunted Carousel.
Senior detective, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
Okay.
here I am at Captain's Cove Amusement Park.
Well, we're still
about to try to
hanging
figure
out with
what's
Ned,
behind
apparently,
all the
so
weird
that's good.
things that have been happening
Yeah, except we couldn't
here.
call them the last few
First,
games.
a horse
Yeah,
just
which is
disappeared
kinda
off
weird.
the carousel one night. Then a little later, the carousel started spinning around all by itself in the dead of night, as if it was haunted or something. And then last
trying
week,
to get a
the
good
roller
balance
coaster
where we can
suddenly
still
stopped
hear it, but
in
it's not
mid-ride
picking up
for
the
no
microphone.
apparent reason. Nobody was seriously hurt, but the park
Also,
was
we
shut
turned it down
because
all the way to
wasn't
like
sure what
10
caused the
because the
accident.
Nancy Drew, for whatever reason, are just really
Because
loud
Kelly
games.
Santos, the park's owner, is a friend of Dad's. She's putting me up at the Captain's Quarters Hotel, which is next to the park. I'm supposed to head over there right now and meet with a security guard named Harlan Bishop. I hope I don't let Paula down. Wish me luck. Ever yours, Nancy. P.S. There's a rumor going around that the park is cursed. Creepy, huh?
I mean, it's just a carousel.
Yeah, although apparently one of the horses went missing. Ooh.
And then it started turning on and off by itself in the dead of night, which I can guarantee it's probably just one of the employees messing with people because one of the horses disappeared.
Or maybe there's just electrical issues.
It could be.
For seaside fun and excitement, nothing in New Jersey beats Captain Cove Amusement Park.
Rolf
Captain's
Kessler?
Cove, I guess.
Alright, fun and excitement, blah blah blah. First ride, don't really care.
But Nick, it's probably important to the story.
If it comes up later, we can just easily look in our fucking thing again.
What if we don't get to come back to our hotel room because we're kidnapped?
Alright!
Room service menu? Why?
Can I look at anything else? No? Just the desserts and... Okay. Whatever.
It'll probably be important later.
Yeah. Flag game. Line up 3 flags in a row. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Do that? No. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have my notes. Oh,
Close.
yeah. Okay, final score 2,000. That's not bad.
Neat.
I don't know what the point of this is. Do I get something?
Is it multiple rounds or something? Or oh, you get extra time for mashing bigger chains.
Yeah, but what do I get for doing that minigame? Anything?
I don't know. Maybe not right now. Maybe later. You gotta come back and play it, and that'll unlock a secret. Like I don't know.
Here's our checklist. Inbox. Okay. Outgoing mail has temporarily halted. We expect to have service restored within 24 hours. In the meantime, you'll be able to receive, but not send, email communications. Interesting. So we can get mail, but we can't send mail.
Weird.
Welcome, Nancy. Thank you for your subscription to Sassy Detective Online, electronic tip service for modern detective. Check your inbox often. Tips will be arriving almost as fast as you can read them. Subscription department, Sassy Detective Online.
That's hokey.
Yeah.
I would rather just call somebody to get my tips, because that at least makes sense.
Yeah. We also got this, it's this actual cell phone.
Oh, okay.
With caller IDs, we don't have to dial in a number each time.
Wait, it said directory, so can you, like...
Hello?
Hey, Frank, it's Nancy.
Hey, Joe, pick up. Actually, he may not want to talk to you
Why not?
because you get to solve a mystery at an amusement park. He's so jealous he could spit. Hi, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
I don't want to talk to you. What did I tell you? Oh, I'm just kidding. Pardon me for a second. I gotta go spit. Quit fooling around, Joe. She's calling long distance, remember? Sorry. So what's going on?
I haven't been out to the park yet. I'm kind of planning my strategy. Any suggestions?
Yeah, do not eat a hot dog before you ride anything that spins around. Joe.
Well, the first thing I'll do is check out the roller coaster, or I want to find out what a carousel that suddenly starts up by itself has in common with a roller coaster that suddenly stops by itself.
Yeah.
I want to find out what a carousel that suddenly starts up by itself has in common with a roller coaster that
One of the
suddenly stops by
employees,
itself.
probably a janitor or a maintenance guy.
You really
Probably.
believe that?
Nah, that's the worst part about being a detective, you know? No matter how creepy something seems, there always turns out to be a logical explanation. Reality. It's the pits, huh?
I better get going.
See ya, Nance. Don't take any wood
A lot of the time, I would definitely agree it tends to have a logical explanation, but there are certain cases out there that just really don't.
That's really the only number I have.
Just, there you go.
Oh. Home?
Yes. Home? Ned! Maybe. I hope.
Hi, no one can take your call right now except Togo. And since he's forbidden to answer the phone because he gets slobber all over it, I'm afraid you're going to have to leave a message.
I seem like Nancy's voice.
I didn't know she had a dog.
I didn't know either.
Why doesn't she bring the
Hey,
dog?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, Nancy.
Whoa, you were obviously hoping I was someone else.
Well, kinda.
Okay, who is he and where did you meet him, or is George there too?
So who is he and where did you meet him?
Okay, so who is he and where'd you meet him?
Oh, Nancy, his name's Matt, and he is so cute. He works the concession stand at the movie theater in the mall. A cute guy with an endless supply of gummy bears and butter flavoring. Right at his fingertips. We're talking major crush.
Hey, George, good, you're there too.
Barely. I almost got caught standing between Bess and the phone just now. When it rings, she's like a one-woman cattle stampede.
What happened to caller ID, or do you have time to talk?
Do you have time to talk? I mean, I don't want to mess up this
Do
map
you have time
thing.
to talk? I mean, I don't want to mess up this map thing.
Of course we have time to talk. I'm dying to hear what's going on. Besides, if Matt tries to call me and gets a busy signal, that's a good thing. He'll think I'm popular. Fill us in, Nance, quick, before Bess's logic starts getting really twisted and I get nauseous.
Okay. Now, are they siblings or are they just...
They have different last names. Bess Marvin and George F. I forget what F is. I think they're cousins.
I thought they were Nancy's cousin. Just-
Maybe it's both? I mean, they could all three be cousins with different last names.
maybe.
I just thought I'd call you guys before I headed over to the park.
You have an entire amusement park all to yourself, and you haven't even been over there yet? Good grief, Nancy. What kind of teenager are you?
Wait, Nancy's still a teenager? I thought she would have been at least, like, in her 20s.
19.
Hmm.
That's probably what they mean. But also, wait, doesn't one of these happen like once a year or something? So does that mean that?
Or maybe like once a month.
Oh, that would probably make more sense.
Yeah.
All the horses on the carousel that supposedly haunted were carved by a man named Rolf Kessler. Either of you ever heard of him?
Carousels
Wait.
aren't exactly my thing anymore. Mine neither.
Am I crazy, or in the last one, didn't it confirm that like Nancy was like 26 or something?
I don't remember that. I'm 26.
I for some reason I get this crazy idea that Nancy, in one of the games we played previously, was like in her mid-20s.
Maybe something we saw made it seem like that was the case, but it wasn't actually. I don't know. Headcanon 19, though, because, I mean, I mean, I know voice doesn't say everything, but her voice is on the more mature side, I would think.
She definitely sounds like she's
Like, not a teenager.
18 to 22, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Definitely young adult.
Yeah.
The person who owns the park is a woman named Paula Santos. She's a good friend of my father's.
A woman?
Also, if she's, like, under 18, how is her dad letting her go on, like, across country on her, by herself, you know?
I think you
To
should
solve
be
all these
calling
mysteries.
her.
Like her
Not
parents.
us, man.
Gets the job done.
I mean, I guess, but, like, by herself? Like, if the parents wouldn't want to come with her or anything? Especially if she's, like, still just a teenager. If she were, like, 16 or something, I don't imagine they would want her to... I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine. Also, does Nancy have both parents?
We haven't heard anything about her parents, honestly.
Well, we know her dad is a person that exists in her life to some extent,
Yeah.
obviously. And she must care about him somewhat if she's willing to go out of her way to do favors for, like, for his friends and stuff.
I mean, she writes to him. Like, isn't that each beginning sequence in every single game her
Usually,
writing to her
sometimes
dad?
it's to Ned or
Mm.
Bess and George.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, she tends to write to her dad or
Catch you guys
grandfather
later.
or
Be
somebody.
careful. Good luck.
I think it's dad. I think I remember her saying dad.
She's never talked about her mom, though, that I can remember.
No, I can't remember that either, yeah.
She a Disney princess, her mom's dead.
Maybe.
Paula Santos.
Hello, Miss Santos. It's Nancy Drew.
Hello. Have you been out to the park?
No, not yet. I thought I'd check in with you first.
You're all set. I told the guard at the main gate to keep an eye out for you. His name's Harlan Bishop. All the rides are shut down except for the Carousel. I thought you might need to see it in action. But please, take a good look at the roller coaster even if you can't ride it.
What did the police find when they
What
looked
did the
at it?
police find when they looked at it?
They looked around for 5 minutes, then left. Said as long as the insurance company was going to investigate, why should they?
Wow.
Jeez. So I can get to the park.
This is why we need private investigators, because apparently
So I
You
can
can't get a
into the
regular
park through the
investigation.
main gate?
Yeah.
Harlan will be watching for you. Oh, and from now on, call me Paula.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Alright. And that was all the numbers I had in my call already. Thank God I don't have to put in the number manually each time anymore.
Yeah. Although maybe you still can.
No, this doesn't have any numbers.
What do you want?
I was
Are
like,
you the regular operator?
I'm filling in for my cousin Amber. She took the week off on account of the amusement park being shut down. You don't want an outside line, do you?
Actually, I have a cell phone.
Good. Use it. An outside line will cost you an arm and a leg. Besides, I'm not sure how to get you one. So, Miss
why does she have that weird kind of like...
Boston accent.
That's Drew? Nancy Drew?
Yeah.
Sorry, my cousin's handwriting reeks. So, what do you want, Miss Drew?
Would like to order a hamburger, please? I would like to order pasta and veggie platter. I'd like to order a fondue, or don't order anything.
Don't order anything right now?
That's it. Thanks a lot.
Don't mention it.
Alright, I like how I called her to not order anything. And then she was like, yep, thanks. It's like, yeah, whatever, you know, it's just my job. Your job to just say hi, I guess? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I need to turn the iron on.
well, you're not ironing anything. That's a good way to start a fire.
Let's see if I can.
I don't... Just leave it on and walk away. I guarantee it'll start a fire in the hotel. If it doesn't, oh, never mind. Maybe
I need
not,
to
because
turn
it's
the iron on.
turned up. But also, why do we have...
I guess we're gonna have to iron something eventually.
Oh, it must be like one of those, like National Treasure kind of things where, like, on the back of, I don't know, X important document is going to be the invisible ink that's, like, heat activated, so you gotta iron it to get the ink to show up.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, it's, like, a really delicate method of dealing with the super old, fragile, like, parchment document it is.
Yeah. Also, we're being instructed to enter the whale's mouth.
Oh, okay.
I was expecting him to, talk
Say
to us.
something?
Yeah.
He just... That's all he does, he just turns around.
I can click on him, and he'll probably start talking. I was just expecting him to automatically start talking on his own.
Right. He turned around like he was going to.
Just march right on in here past all those sorry we're closed signs. You're either who I think you are, or you're one determined gatecrasher.
You must be Harlan. Paula Santos said you'd be expecting me.
Which means you must be Nancy Drew, famous teen detective.
They're really going out of the way to mention teen in this one.
Yeah, they really are. They really want to drill it into the audiences as like, hey, this is a teenager, you gross fucks. I don't know.
I mean, we're not even 100% certain what Nancy Drew actually looks like, though. So, I mean...
This is true.
Because I think even actually to this point, we haven't actually seen her in a mirror, like her actual...
No, the only time we actually even saw her, she was silhouetted. And, yeah, so...
So
we don't know what she looks like, but...
I mean, we know what her silhouette looks like, and we could draw some inferences based on that, I guess, but...
Yeah, I'm just wondering... I'm just wondering if maybe the developers got some, like, gross comments or something, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna just remind people that Nancy Drew's a teenager, and maybe those will stop.
Listen, I understand making porn of various characters from a lot of different things in media. I could even understand to a certain extent Nancy Drew, given that she, from my understanding, is at least, of consenting age and would not being able to run on a duel that's on her own. 18, 19, something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know what she looks like, so how can you be gross and weird about it if you have literally no idea?
Maybe people are just making gross comments in general because she's a young woman.
Why do that to the developers?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, talk about it with your buds and your friends on your Discord stuff, but not to the game developers.
I'm just making inferences based off of what I can tell.
Again,
of how much they're really driving home that she's a teenager.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
And you're the security guard. The only security guard, sounds like.
I begged Miss Santos to keep me on while the park's closed. Even agreed to a pay cut.
Wow.
The fact that he's still getting paid at all is kind of interesting, given that the park's all closed and everything.
I know we haven't met many people, but isn't that also immediately suspicious that he begged to stay on duty even while the park closed? Like, maybe he's the one behind it? Like, he has to be on the park ground to be able to do what he needs to do?
I hear you, but I'm not ready to make that call just yet. I need a little bit more something to...
Yeah.
But I do agree he does, as a security guard, and assumingly having keys to the place and being here while it's all closed down and whatnot, theoretically fits the bill.
Yeah.
You must really like your job.
I've only worked here for a couple of weeks. I figured staying on while the park was closed would help me get up to speed on all the equipment and such.
Never mind. Yeah, that's shady as fuck.
Yeah, it is really shady as fuck, yeah.
It's not your job to get to know the equipment. You're just the park security guy. You come in and you drag out the teenagers who didn't pay for their tickets or whatever.
So should we ask him what he did before he came here, or what his thoughts are on the curse? Haunted, whatever.
What did you do before you came here?
Where did you work before you came here?
Oh, I worked in a store, department store, as a security guard. In Flemington, not around here.
Yeah, okay. This guy's immediately suspicious.
Oh, I worked
in a store.
In a department store, as a security guard.
You know what? This guy's already so immediately suspicious that it's looping back around to him not being suspicious, right? Because he's too suspicious at this point.
No, he's still suspicious, and only suspicious.
Are you sure?
He's not too suspicious yet. Yeah.
Well, all right. Is this your first encounter with a haunted amusement park, or how seriously do you think the police are about taking this haunted stuff? I mean, these both sound like basically the same question, almost.
I guess the top one.
So is this your first encounter with a haunted amusement park ride?
Somebody swiped the horse off a carousel and now it's malfunctioning. The police don't think it's that big a deal, and frankly, neither do I.
Alright, what about the roller coaster, or do you think the carousel's
Question, who just steals a horse off of a carousel? It's not like you can sell those for a significant amount of money, I wouldn't think, because, I mean, it's still a carnival ride carousel piece. Usually it built and carved into the one that it comes off of.
And also, how did one steal it and not already get caught? Look, there's clearly security cameras. You think that they would catch? Because I imagine it wouldn't be easy, right?
The carousel, being suspiciously haunted and everything as it is perfectly encapsulated by having the viewpoints from all the cameras match up to all the rides neighboring it, but not the carousel itself. Somebody actually knows.
Jeez.
So you think the carousel starts
Or
up
some
by
shenanigans
itself
like
because
that.
some wires got damaged?
Makes sense to me. Of course, I'm no expert, and Ingrid swears she can't find anything wrong with the carousel's electrical system. But then, I kind of think she doesn't want to.
Alright, so who's Ingrid?
Who's Ingrid?
I wish we had the opportunity to ask multiple
You'll
questions of
probably meet
these.
her.
I know, right? I
She's
want to
working
ask
during
both
the
of these.
shutdown, too. She's the park's chief engineer. Believes in all this wacky new age psychobiogenic stuff. Like if you eat food served by a waiter who's in a bad mood, you'll get scurvy or something.
What?
We're gonna find her, or is there anyone else in the park?
Anyone else in the park now?
Is anyone else in the park now?
Elliot Chen, he's the art director. Hardly ever see him. Busy guy. And Joy Trent, park bookkeeper. In fact, she's your next stop.
She is?
She is?
Miss Santos's orders. Joy pays all the bills, so she knows pretty much everything that's going on. Plus, she'll give you an access card. Miss Santos wants you to have the run of the place.
Well, that would certainly help.
That
Yep.
would certainly help.
Wait, hang on. I know Joy won't give you one of these, so I will. Here you go. It's a Captain's Cove fun card. Lets you ride the rides and play the games on the midway.
Thanks.
Come back to me if you burn through that one and need another.
Am I not supposed to have this?
Well, see, Joy's just kinda joyless. It'd never occur to her that you might want to have some fun while you're here. Of course, she's a newbie too, like me. Maybe she'll come around. Anyway, here's a map of the park. I put an X where Joy's office is.
Alright.
I see you have a security camera trained on the carousel. Does that mean you got the theft of that carousel horse on tape?
We didn't start monitoring the carousel until after
Oh,
the
of course
theft,
you didn't.
But we do have one of those so-called hauntings on tape. Want to see it?
Sure.
That'd be great.
I got the tape right here, all queued up. I played it for the police. Like I said before. they
Okay,
weren't real
okay.
impressed.
I'm a little bit less suspicious of him now with all this.
Yeah.
There's no sound, on the tape at least. The band organ started up when the carousel did. Stayed on for about 30 seconds, then stopped.
Did you notice the burst of static right before the carousel started to turn? Or have you tried to prove your screwed up wiring theory?
Burst of static.
Did you notice that burst of static just before the carousel started to turn?
Probably just a glitch in the tape. We use them over and over.
Have you tried to prove your screwed up wiring theory?
I ain't no cop. But now that you're here, maybe you can prove it for me.
Can I see that again?
May I see that tape of the carousel haunting again?
I got the tape right here, all queued up.
Yeah, that's static.
Which means that this was taped over and
Okay.
recorded.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, but not by like the security camera naturally. Like this is like a setup recording.
Like someone taped over the VHS? I'm assuming they're using a VHS.
That's what it seems to be. Because they're talking about
See you
tapes and
around.
VHSs
Knock 'em
typically
dead.
have like the tape reels and stuff inside of them. If they use them over and over, having a VHS would be an easily
The phone
replaceable.
number for the police. That might
Media
come in
thing.
handy.
Yeah. Okay, is that
It'd be rude
automatically...
to use my phone now.
What? You're just in the security office?
I
What, is friggin' Joe there gonna yell at you for using your phone?
don't know.
He just got through talking about how he wants you to have fun. You're a teenager. You're...
Right.
Please don't open that.
Sorry, bad habit.
Okay, well... Okay, can't do anything in that yet, I guess. Probably have to come back when he's not around.
Probably. So, what do you think? Is he still suspicious or
Slightly. Just because of how he was acting when we first met him.
fair? He's still suspicious, but we appreciate him giving us the fun ride card.
Yeah, okay. So it automatically got added to my phone. That's what I wanted to check. That makes things a lot easier.
You must be Joy.
Oh, joy.
Hello, are you Nancy?
Yes, I am. You're Joy?
Joy Trent. Sorry about the mess. So, I'm supposed to give you an access card.
No hurry. If you're in the middle of something, please go ahead and finish up. Or, yes, Miss Santos wants me to have the run of
Go
the
ahead
park.
and finish up. Later.
No hurry. If you're in the middle of something, please go ahead and finish up.
That's okay. I just assume get this little farce over.
What do you mean?
You're only here because it makes it look like Paula Santos had nothing to do with any of this curse garbage.
Are you saying she did have something to do with it?
I've seen how Paula runs the park. All she wants is to get more and more people through that gate. And what better way to do that than with a carousel that's allegedly haunted?
That sounds counterintuitive, because telling people that a carousel is haunted, while neat as like something to view, isn't going to be that much of an attraction to bring people in, because if the thing's haunted, that's going to scare them away.
Assuming people actually believe it, you know, or maybe if they do, or even if they do, it might still draw people in because they're like, ooh, want to check out
some, like, you know, horror enthusiasts and whatnot, but at that point, you might as well just do an overhaul of the park and convert it into a horror theme park.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want to go down that road and apply everything toward that kind of audience, you certainly can do it, but it's going to cost you more a pretty penny than just saying that the carousel's haunted.
Yeah.
With some, like, cheap tricks.
But why would she sabotage the roller coaster? She can't make any money
Also
with the
true.
park shut down.
She probably just didn't know the park would be shut down.
Is Miss Santos aware of the way you feel about her, or have you confronted Miss Santos with your suspicions?
Have you ever confronted Miss Santos with your suspicions?
Of course not. I don't want to get fired. Besides, nobody's been hurt, except that glorified con artist who claims his neck got injured, Lance Huffington. And the truth is, Paula offered me this job because she knew I needed the money. And I'm not entirely ungrateful. My father died recently. His estate is in bankruptcy. He used to be co-owner of the park. 2 years ago, he suffered a huge financial setback, and he had to sell his share to Paula. When he died 2 months ago, he was flat broke. Paula could have bailed him out, but she didn't. Frankly, I think the reason she hired me was guilt.
Well, that's a lot of dump on someone. Like a jam,
Although,
alright.
kind of relevant.
Yeah?
Still like to talk to some
Be
of the
that
other
as it
employees.
may, I'd still like to talk to some of the other employees.
Of course. But before I forget, here's your access card. That should get you into all the private areas of the park. But if you run into problems, don't come to me. Ask the chief engineer, Ingrid Corey. Her office is by the haunted house. The only other people in the park right now are Harlan Bishop and the art director, Elliot Chin. His studio is right by the treasure chest souvenir shop. But try not to bug him.
Does he not like to be disturbed?
He's behind in his work and needs to catch up. Miss Santos has been getting on my case about it. Well, I think you have everything, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, right. Thanks for all your help. Sorry if I disturbed you.
Alright.
Do you think she seems kind of suspicious?
A little. I mean, they're all kind of suspicious, aren't they?
Do you think she would have done anything to attempt to sabotage the park because she was upset regarding her father's
The
death?
haunted house used to be
And
a ballroom. How's that
refusal
for
of, I
irony?
guess, Paula to bail him out or something?
That's a possibility, yeah. I mean...
Especially considering that he, in order to bail himself out, was required to sell half his shares of the park to Paula.
And even that...
Who doesn't appear to have been doing much with it since.
Mm-hmm. And even after selling his share, he still died broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there might be some, grudges there, so there's definitely a motive.
So how many people are involved is the real question. Also, it's about half an hour, so...
Don't we usually do these for an hour?
Yeah, just let you know.
Oh, okay.
The Night Rocket.
Maybe I should give Detective Paris a call.
Park goer finds hidden treasure at Captain Cove. The Orbitor turned into Mike DeSala's favorite amusement park ride yesterday when he found close to $50,000 worth of jewelry hidden in the padding that lines the ride's brackets. I felt something sharp when I...
Backrest,
sorry. I felt something sharp when I strapped in, and 19-year-old DeSalle said, by the time the ride was over, I thought for sure whatever it was had totally stuck onto my shoulder. Assuming someone had planted rocks in the padding of the joke, DeSalle examined the backrest, found a small slip at its top edge, and through it managed to pull out the offending objects: 3 necklaces, a pearl necklace, and 2 jewel-studded gold bracelets. They were real I knew they were real right away, he said. Fakes just don't sparkle like that. He turned his find over to the police, who quickly discovered that the jewelry was indeed real. It had been among the items stolen when a thief broke into a safe at the Captain Quarters Hotel 3 years ago. Despite the fact that the man suspected of the theft is currently serving time in the state penitentiary for an unrelated crime, none of the stolen items had ever been found until yesterday. The man in charge of the investigation 3 years ago, veteran police detective K.J. Paris, recalls that the thief made his getaway by running through the park. Paris now suspects that the reason the loot was never turned up is because the thief stashed the jewelry in various places throughout the park, so he could return it days, months, or even years later. For his honesty, DeSalle received $2,000 reward from Warnock Insurance Company and a lifetime certificate for a room at the Captain Quarters Hotel. Some pretty valuable stuff could still be hidden in the park, Paris said, but before people start tearing at their rides looking for it, they should be advised that I'll be watching.
I feel like they should have given him a little bit more than that.
More than $2,000?
That pearl necklace alone probably would have sold for a couple of grand.
Maybe. But this is also like, what, 1990?
Oh, you know, that's fair. 1990 something.
Yeah. Suing Lance Huffington, 37, is suing the Cabin Cove Amusement Park for $1 million for all the neck injuries he allegedly suffered while riding the roller coaster at the amusement park last week. Huffington, a salesperson at Matey's pre-owned car company, was a passenger on the Tidal Terror roller coaster when it suddenly lost power, slid backwards, and stopped. He claims that the sudden stop caused his head to snap backwards and forwards, and that is the whiplash, and that this whiplash effect caused severe trauma to his soft tissue in his neck.
I mean, okay.
The lawsuit seeks compensation for medical costs, pain and suffering, and emotional distress. Police say that no injuries, including Huffington's, were reported at the time of the incident. Huffington alleges that it is not uncommon for whiplash victims to be unaware of their injuries until later. The next day, that's when it hit me. I woke up and I couldn't move. The pain was so bad, Huffington said. It's still bad, and the doctors say that I may have to wear this neck brace for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to soak anybody, I just want what's fair. The owner of the park, Paula Santos, decided to comment on the lawsuit. The park was closed immediately after the accident to allow a thorough investigation of the roller coaster. The cause of the accident has still not been determined.
Well, I mean, if this guy actually got injured on the coaster, if he's going to be stuck in a neck brace for the rest of his life, I definitely think he would deserve compensation of some sort.
Yes. On one hand, I hear what you're saying, but on the other hand, that's a, very common,
for, scam or something?
Yeah. You see the people who, wear those neck braces who, I mean, not always, obviously. There are cases where someone actually gets injured.
But it is kind of a common joke for,
yeah.
Faking, a really intense, injury and whatnot. They got the neck braces and, both crutches, and they're all, covered head to toe in, that...
Right.
Gauze wrap or whatever.
That's not to say that this person didn't suffer a real injury. That's completely a possibility.
I'm not 100% convinced, because I'm pretty sure if you have whiplash, you're going to feel it and know pretty immediately. That's kind of how that works.
Sometimes, I don't know. I think there is some fact in the fact that sometimes you don't know until later.
I know with some injuries, but whiplash, to my knowledge, because I've had whiplash before, that's usually a pretty immediate effect. You get a headache, very quickly, and you'll feel the pain in your neck and whatnot as well. But what stops me from believing this one in particular is the fact that they said there were no injuries reported at the time of the coaster incident, which I don't care who you are. If you got hurt on the roller coaster, you're going to be, saying something at least at the time of geez, hey, that really hurt,
Maybe it's the adrenaline, Adrenaline sometimes, makes you not feel pain for a little bit, doesn't it?
I feel like that's just maybe I don't know. I feel like that's kind of an excuse on behalf of the possible scammer. Is my concern.
It's kind of hard. It's hard to know who's scamming and who's not.
I mean, one of the workers already accused him of being a scam artist. He didn't actually report it at the time of the incident.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Where should we go first?
I am, for whatever reason, 100% convinced that the designer is actually the
Who was the designer again? Was that Ingrid?
No, she's the head engineer or whatever.
So-
the designer's what's his face over by
Elliot?
the yeah. Elliot Chen, right? Yeah. I'm convinced he's the
Hold on, I'll be
like
right with you.
Take your time.
Uh-oh.
Out. And do not come back unless and until Joy Trent calls me. Okay?
Okay.
Haven't heard from Joy yet. Out.
Wow.
he's like Nancy's age.
Yeah.
A lot younger than I thought he was supposed to be.
Well, should we
Or gonna
call...
be. But that said,
we don't have to call Joy, we can just talk to her.
And what are you doing?
Who said that?
I said that over here, on top of the cabinet.
what?
Keep going. Over here.
Pardon?
Please identify yourself.
I'm a detective named Nancy Drew, and you are?
I am Miles, the Magnificent Memory Machine. I receive and process video and audio input and make appropriate pre-programmed verbal responses.
Okay.
Who programmed you?
It is my turn to ask a question.
You didn't answer my question.
Why are you here when Joy is not?
That's a pre-programmed question? You're telling me that's a pre-programmed question?
It is. Why are you here when Joy is not?
Yeah. Why are you here when Joy is not? That doesn't sound pre-programmed to me.
No, it doesn't.
Elliot Chen is kind of upset with me. I need to write her a note to call him.
There is a pad for leaving messages on the desk.
So who programmed you?
So, who programmed you?
Responding to the non-Joy entity is an unnecessary drain on my power units and is heretofore disallowed.
Then why did you
What does
activate in the
that
first
mean?
place?
Hello? Miles?
Why did you respond in the first place? Why did you wake up and be like, why are you here? Who are you? Etc. If
Definitely.
you're not going to answer any of my
Is
questions.
an unnecessary drain on my power unit.
Definitely not pre-programmed. I'm gonna say straight up, this is definitely a two-way communication thing. Someone's like over the radio or something, right? Like there's like a radio built in.
I think it actually, maybe it's not a radio, but it might be, it's definitely some sort of automated device.
I don't think it's automated because that was
Not automated, but I mean, I think it's some sort of like,
I can use this to leave a note for Joy to
are you
call
familiar with the
Elliot.
idea of like a mechanical computer? Kind of like you seen those like calculators and whatnot that work off of like marbles and stuff like that?
Looks
Yeah.
like Joy's a pencil chewer.
I imagine there's probably
Okay, I don't know why that's relevant.
something that I'm kind of thinking is maybe on the other end, whoever's like transmitting the messages, maybe they're using some sort of like kind of typewriter sort of device to type it out. That's why it's
Oh,
kind
okay,
of,
like
or maybe it's a
text to voice.
maybe, or maybe it's like a weird where it's like maybe they're kind of like kind of a weird like computer thing where instead of actually typing it out and whatnot, it's like a bunch of like almost like flashcards and whatnot that they're kind of setting in like a tray, and then it goes through and processes and reads that, and that's how it responds.
Maybe.
Because it definitely seems like it's playing some sort of internal engine of some sort to be able to do all that.
I may have seen them. What are they about?
Yeah.
They're a little piece of park history. The guy in the photo found a bunch of
And also the way
jewels
the,
that had been
the
stolen in a heist years ago, and stashed
recording from
away
the
on
voice
one of the
was
rides at
seemed-
Captain's Cove.
It seemed definitely like someone just doing a robot voice.
More jewels would turn up.
Maybe. That could just be like a strange choice in a voice actor, though.
Yeah, maybe.
But I was trying to get at. I felt like the way they were doing it was maybe more intentional in that it was meant to sound slow and robotic and methodical and whatnot when it's not. Does that make sense?
No.
Like to hide the original voice and whatnot.
I mean, obviously, like, you think maybe it was put through a voice converter?
No, I think you might have had the right idea with some sort of like maybe like a rudimentary kind
Text to speech?
of thing. Yeah.
Alright.
Because, I mean, it did sound like a pre-recorded, like, saying of the various words, just maybe not always necessarily strung together properly.
Yeah. By the way, the police said there's a good chance more jewels will turn up. So I have the option of saying maybe that's why someone stole the carousel horse, because there are jewels inside of it, or has anyone else found anything?
Has anyone else ever found anything?
Has anyone else ever found anything?
Not that I know of. But then there's a lot of dishonest people out there. Somebody else may have found something.
We're talking to what, Paula right now?
Yeah, she just randomly called us.
I called the detective that was in charge of the investigation back then. His name is KJ Paris. He's going to call you. Oops, I gotta run. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
KJ
All right.
Paris.
Goodbye, Paula.
Wait, didn't we?
Yeah, we were saying we were gonna maybe give him a call sometime, but it sounds like he's gonna call us.
Oh, okay.
Okay, looks like he got a call.
Sorry, can't talk. Busy, busy, busy.
He didn't kick us out immediately, though, so, I mean, let's look around, I guess.
Could I have some of these tissue strips?
Be my guest.
Okay, I don't know why I need them.
It'll be important for one of the puzzles later.
Probably.
We're gonna have to, like, use it to, I
I
don't
can
know,
use this to measure.
wipe away something on, like, a
Use
telescope
this
or
to
something that's
measure.
perfectly aligned, so this way when the sunbeam, like, comes through it, when it raises over the horizon, it's gonna shine the light perfectly onto where the treasure's located, inside the carousel.
I guess.
Well, what? That's how these things tend to work out, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't entirely get, is why they put strips like that on fans.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Also, it looked like it turned on very briefly.
Yeah,
And
it
then-
did. Then immediately turns off. Interesting.
So maybe there are electrical
Wow,
issues going on.
360 board
Yeah.
feet. That's a lot of wood.
Okay, I'm taking this with me, I guess.
Hey, Mr. Chen, I'm taking your
May I help you?
receipt for 360 planks of wood.
Right. Apparently he doesn't want me using this.
Your magazine or whatever.
Do you always go poking around in other people's stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Kind of my job.
Yeah.
Wow, a lathe.
What?
A lathe. Lathe? I don't know.
Lathe, you think? Stupid question, but
Mind
what's
if I
a
look at
lathe?
this?
Is that what that
No,
weird
right
vice grip
ahead.
looking thing
A
was?
book on
I
Carousel.
guess.
Cool.
Famous carousel carvers.
Do I really want to read all this?
Well, we should at least look for that name for the guy who carved the carousel, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, do you want to go back to the beginning?
I can't.
You can't. You okay? Inner side and romance side.
That might be important later.
Oh, so it's like the good side of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, didn't old carousels used to like collect rings or something when you were around?
Huh?
Old carousels, like there used to be a game attached to carousels where you would collect, like, grab rings as you're riding around. They stopped doing
Really?
it for whatever reason. Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
It actually sounds pretty entertaining. Yeah, there you go. Have like a bunch of rings like hanging from like ribbons and whatnot off to the side.
Yeah.
Give all the people riding the horses like their own little like jousting stick or
Sorry, can't
something.
talk.
Let them run
Busy,
around and
busy,
collect them on
busy.
the poles.
Apparently that's what they used to do.
If they could collect like 5 or more, give them like a small prize or something.
Yeah.
Turn it into a regular carnival game
Hello?
again.
This is Detective KJ Paris, Captain's Cove Police
Hello,
Department.
this is
Said it concerned that heist out at Captain's quarters 23 years ago.
I'm thinking maybe the reason the horse was still on the carousel, the Captain's Cove 2 weeks ago, was because somebody thought the jewels were from the heist were inside it, or, yes, do you have any chance to know what happened to the man who pulled off the heist?
That heist.
So, which one?
Because while I like the working theory, I don't know if we have enough
Do you by
evidence to
any
present
chance
it as
know
an
what
idea
happened to the
just
man
yet.
who
Yeah.
pulled off that heist?
He died in prison about a year ago.
Well, damn.
Can't figure out where he stashed the rest of the loot. Although I'm still convinced it's somewhere in that amusement park.
Stolen carousel horse, maybe? Because now it was...
Could he have stashed it in that stolen carousel horse? Which was maybe why it was stolen?
Never occurred to me, but it's possible, I suppose. I'll tell you what, the thief's name was Chaz Dunning. I'll make some calls, try to see if there was somebody he confided in before he died. Somebody who was recently released.
That would be fantastic.
Well, as soon as I know something, you'll know something.
Thanks, Detective Paris. It was great talking to you.
Ditto.
I like that guy.
Yeah,
I hope he doesn't turn out to be the main villain, because he's actually kind of a decent person, it seems like.
Yeah, a detective that's actually, decent.
Yeah.
Well, we can ride if we want.
Looks like a funny little face.
Do we want to go for a ride?
On the carousel? Is it even working?
I don't know. You want to try?
Nah.
No?
Not yet.
Okay.
I feel like that might be some sort of major plot point.
Well, we can at least take a look around.
Now we just wait and see if it starts up on its own while we're on it, looking around.
I guess so. This carousel was created by Rolf Kessler in 1914.
Can we go take another look at that book?
I don't think I saw anything about Rolf Kessler, but I guess so.
I mean,
This takes an employee access card.
is that it? Wrong one.
Interesting. Can you open the door for Eagle?
I suppose.
This
Yeah,
takes an
it is.
employee
Come on.
access card.
Meow, 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 meow.
So we don't have the right card to go in here.
What do you mean? They gave us the employee access card, right?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't seem to be working.
This takes an employee access card.
So maybe we need a different one.
Did you try the what? Oh, that might have something to. No, that's the bolster stuff from the carousel horse, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's the one that was stolen.
Yeah. So, from my understanding, it's actually probably not that difficult to actually steal one of those. The horse itself is relatively light, I would imagine. It's just a
Hello?
plastic or thinly carved, like,
I got some
wooden
preliminary
figure.
info on
Yeah?
the jewel thief. You know Chaz Dunning?
Great, let's hear it.
Okay. Before he died, he got to be real good buddies with his cellmate at New Jersey State Prison. And his cellmate was paroled less than 2 months ago.
Alright, do you know the guy's name? Do you have any idea what he looks like? Or does anyone know where he is now?
All three?
We can only choose one.
Guy's name, I
Do you
guess,
know the
that's the
guy's
most
name?
important.
Apparently, he's used a lot of aliases. The guy I talked to wasn't sure which name he was released under, but he did give me a description. Dark hair, medium build, clean shaven, heavy Jersey accent. Like I said, I'm still in the process of making calls. I just thought I'd let you know what I had so
Dark
far.
hair,
Thanks,
medium
Detective.
build,
You've been a
clean
big
shaven,
help.
Jersey accent.
Does that seem like maybe the artist guy that we were just talking to, that he told us to get out?
Well, I had a suspicion anyway that him being the designer of a lot of things for the amusement park, he might actually have been in on the
This takes a fun pass.
heist deal and whatnot, and that's why he knew where to stash some of the jewels.
Maybe.
But that
Looks
may
like
not
it's
have
out
been
of
the
order.
case. And he just told the jewel thief about the, or the jewel thief told him about the stash. I don't know. You don't have any tokens. You can't get the prizes. Also, I really hope that one is just like one of those IKEA Blahage shark toys.
Yeah.
It's probably not, because I don't know if IKEA was
This takes a fun
available
pass.
as a company like it is today at that point, but you know, be cool.
Well, I don't know if we need any of the rewards, so I guess I'll come back to it if I feel like I need it. Let's see. Does he seem to meet the description? Medium build, dark hair, black hair? I mean, kinda, right?
Clean shaven.
Clean shaven?
Well, Miss Destructo returns.
You talked to Joy?
Imagine my surprise when she told me you're a detective.
Spent a full 10 minutes in her office without spilling a thing.
I hope she also told you that I spent a full 10 minutes in her office without spilling a thing.
These things happen. So, I hear you're out to solve the curse of Captain's Cove.
How do you explain what's been going on around here, or what do you think caused the roller coaster accident?
What do you think caused the roller coaster accident?
What do you think caused the roller coaster accident?
That was no accident. It was sabotage.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm pulling your leg, that's why. Come on. What do I know? I'm just an artist.
Jeez.
Go ask our naturopathic engineer person.
Is that a Boston accent, can you tell?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who stole that horse off the carousel?
Somebody who's into junk.
So the horse wasn't valuable? Not even as an antique?
Nope.
The fact that the park is shut down must be kind of a relief for you.
You mean because I'm behind in my work? I'd be lying if I said the shutdown wasn't helping me get caught up. Meeting deadlines has never been my forte. But I certainly hope you're not suggesting that I arranged.
Oh wait, this is the guy we were told not to bother.
Somehow manufacturing this curse thing.
I was avoiding the other guy because I thought I was the other guy we were told not to bother.
See, the thing is, though, he went out of his way to specifically mention, like, very almost too specifically how he kind of did. You know, I arranged for the park to be shut down, somehow manufacturing this curse thing. I don't know, that just seems a little bit too on the nose, you know?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Do you see much of the other people who are working during the shutdown? Like Joy Trent or that security guard, Harlan Bishop?
Nah. Joy Trent, she's like invisible even when she's visible, if you get my drift. And that rent-a-cop, I've got no desire to see anything of him.
Why do you say that?
Dude is way too eager to make my business his business, that's all.
Ego, you should start sniffing at the plate.
She's also looking at it. I mean, I already ate all my food.
Well, you should still, like, probably get after her for licking on your plates and whatnot.
Yeah, probably.
It's a bad habit for her to try and develop. Especially if there starts to get food on it and she's going after it then.
Yeah. Is she gonna want out again?
Yep.
Goodness.
Because she can't make up her mind.
I found this receipt on the floor. Looks like you bought a lot of basswood recently.
I'll take that, thank you.
I'll let you get back
Okay,
to
well,
work.
I gave him back the receipt. I don't even know what the point of that was.
Tosses it back on the floor, we can pick it up again. I hope that wasn't...
Nope, it's gone. You hope that wasn't important?
Yeah.
Well, we know about it at least. Might as well talk to this guy, since he's the only person we haven't talked to.
Oh, the head engineer?
Yeah.
Looking for someone?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm trying to help Ms. Santos figure out why so many weird things have been happening around here lately. Do you have time to talk?
Sure. Oh my. You've got B3 issues.
I do?
Vitamin B3. Niacin. The vibe you're giving off tells me you're low. Nothing that some natural peanut butter on a slice of whole wheat bread once a day won't fix.
That's not how you get B3, though, I don't think.
Is that some kind of spiritual thing?
No, B3, it's one of the
well, I know,
natural B vitamins that helps maintain your brain operations and functionality.
Well, also, yes, I get that, but also she said the vibe you're giving off tells me you're low, you know?
You can't just tell that someone's low on B3 with a vibe like that. That's not something you would need to have a doctor or a pharmacist or something take a look at you and tell you, oh yeah, you're deficient in this particular B vitamin or whatever.
You know what, Johnny? That kind of attitude makes me feel like you're low on B3.
Oh, sorry, am I messing with your vibe?
Yeah, man. You're giving me... You're negatively impacting my energy right now.
So you're sitting here telling me not to be a negative Nancy and didn't even make the joke? Come on!
Jeez.
Come on! Can I get another soda?
Yeah, go ahead.
Concerning food? I didn't think it was just food. I think it was more than just that.
Some of your beliefs concerning food were somewhat unconventional.
It just seems obvious to me that what you eat, as well as the psycho-spiritual conditions under which you eat it, results in what you are, that's all.
I understand what you're saying, that, you know, what you put into your body and the environment in which you're, like, around and whatnot has an effect on who you are as a person, but I think you're thinking about it a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, I can...
narrowing it down a little bit too hard.
I can understand, you know, like, what would you call it? Like,
I mean, of course, eating, like, junk food and whatnot, you know, it's probably not good for your system. That's why it's called junk food.
Right, like, you know, like self-love and whatever, you know, like treating yourself, you know, going out, getting some fresh air, eating healthy. Self-care, yeah, thank you. I can understand that fully, but, like...
I mean, I can even understand people who eat, like, junk food every day, you know? I mean, some of them are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You know, the human body is... So,
I could either be sassy and go like, are you sure you're an engineer? Or I can just completely ignore it and go like, have you worked at Cotton Goes for very long?
I guess just ignore it for now, because I really think that... I don't think she's onto anything with this whole... Listen, eating organic, fine, whatever, cool, great on you. But I don't think, forgetting to eat a particular food every day will... It might cause you to be deficient in a vitamin, but B3, to my knowledge, doesn't have much of an effect on your personality or mood or anything, so I don't think that would be an issue she could just pick up on. But
I started out in maintenance and worked my way up. I've held the supervisory position for the last 10 months.
Miss Angela asked me to figure out why weird things have been happening here lately, or do you have any idea what caused the roller coaster accident?
Roller coaster accident? Sabotage!
Caused that roller coaster accident?
Someone stole a horse off the carousel, and now the park is cursed.
Why?
So you think this cursed thing is real?
The man who carved the horses, Kessler, he said if they were ever separated, bad luck would follow. And it has.
That's not...
Could I see the blueprints of the roller coaster so you can show me exactly where on the track it stopped?
I've looked all over for those blueprints and can't find them anywhere. I'm sure one of the other engineers knows where they are, but I'm afraid I don't. Sorry.
How convenient. How is it that she, the head engineer, doesn't have access to the blueprints for one of the most prominent attractions at the amusement?
This is one of the few places in the park.
Like, that's one of those things.
Any idea why someone would steal a horse off a carousel?
Money. I hear they can be very valuable.
I don't seem to be having much luck using my access card. Am I doing something wrong?
I deactivated most of the readers because of the shutdown. Soon as I get done here, I'll get them online again. Sorry. Hey, if you come across a pair of pliers, hang on to them, okay? Mine are missing. Someone must have walked off with them.
Okay.
How well do you know Elliot Chen?
I mean, I guess we could keep an eye out for
but
those
I've noticed
as
he
well.
has a very strange aura. Very dark around the edges. Odd for an artist, but then it's nowhere near as dark as Joy's. Her aura's a mess.
What?
Aura.
Also, how dark around the edges? That doesn't seem odd for an artist. That seems pretty typical, I would imagine.
Yeah.
A lot of artists that I'm aware of tend to have kind of a
dark sense of humor. Like, when I say dark sense of humor, I mean like an actual dark sense of humor, not racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, there's also
plenty of
that type. But, yes, a genuinely actual, like, dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
Not just using it as a label to casually be racist on the main timeline.
Right.
Like, Noob the Loser.
Yeah.
Some of us have some pretty, dark humor, but they tend to be nice and fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's some others, I'm sure. Oh, Carrie Draws.
Carrie Draws. Yeah, I know who that is.
She's the one behind the, Mario...
Yeah.
Fan lore.
Yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. She's got some Stark stuff in there.
I know.
Merryweather Comics, another good one. Really good about caring about the, animals and everything, but unfortunately, really depressing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why do you think
I mean, she's just being real, though. So, again, dark edges for
something very
artists and comedians and whatnot is nothing new. There's plenty of comedians who, stand-up comedians especially, a lot of them have dark sense of humor just because that's the reality we live in.
Yeah. Let's see.
And, sometimes I've read some people wrong, right? Like, Craig is in love with this comedian called, was it Bill Burr or Bill Barr?
Bo Burnham?
No, not Bo Burnham. I've seen a couple of his specials. Here's how I would describe Bo Burnham. In one of the specials that I watched, I don't remember which one it was, he said that he wanted to make the audience that was there live watching him and whatnot leave going, huh. And you know what? He hit that nail square on the head.
I haven't actually seen his specials yet, but Melody is really trying to get me to watch them. Apparently she loves them.
He's not, he's funny at certain moments, but he's not die laughing kind of funny. He's kind of like a George Carlin sort of thing. I
don't know who that is.
You've never heard of George Carlin?
No. I don't watch comedians, really.
Oh, you're missing out, bud.
The only comedian I really watched was, Tim Hawkins, and that was back when I was, really religious, because he was, a Christian comedian.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of really good comedians available right now, all over, Netflix especially.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into watching comedy stand-up.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, okay, surely you've heard of John Mulaney, right? He's in like all the memes all over TikTok and Twitter right now. But sometimes he would be gay. Hello, I'm Chip Mulaney. I'm your father. You know, that guy?
No.
From those quotes?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
None.
None of this is ringing a bell.
Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, David Spade, Kevin James, not really a stand-up comedian, but a comedian nonetheless. Adam Sandler, surely you've heard that one at least.
Obviously, that's an actor.
Okay, well, a lot of these guys started as comedians.
Okay.
I mean, Eddie Murphy, that's how he got his start. David Spade, that's how he got his start. I don't know necessarily about Adam Sandler. I think he started as an actor, but there's plenty of other comedians who got their start doing stand-up comedy and transition to acting. So, I mean...
I'm just giving a big shrug. I don't know.
Anyway...
I like cartoons.
And that's fair. Regardless, it's unusual, I would say, for her to say that a lot of
artists
tend to have dark... or
positive
not have dark edges.
Anyway.
Whatever.
Do you mind having to work during the shutdown?
Not a bit. Keeping those card readers functioning is practically a full-time job all by itself. Plus, I happen to adore my job.
Any advice on how to go about
How
fixing
difficult can it be for a card reader to be flipped on and off? It's just a card reader. All it's got to do is scan and
Should be some instructions.
that little magnet strip and register whether it's got the appropriate
Here's
amount
the
of
engineering handbook I
points or
put
whatever on
together.
it.
If you have questions about park-related electronics, it'll answer them. Keep it as long as you like. But you'll also need the plug-in keyboard. And unfortunately, I have no idea where it is. One of my guys probably left it in the park somewhere.
So it's a book that only
Thanks for your
operates with
help.
this special
No big deal.
keyboard and computer thing?
Well, this book is like how to fix the thing.
Okay, but why is there a particular keyboard that goes along with it?
Well, the keyboard goes with the machine that I'm trying to fix.
Oh, I see.
Oh, wait, that was the exit. I didn't mean to go.
Why does it take a special keyboard? I feel like a card reader is one of those things you can set up with just a regular keyboard from a...
No, not for the card reader. For the one of the Midway Park arcade games.
Oh, which one's broken? Because we haven't been over there yet, have we?
We have.
Sorry.
There was one that was broken.
Wait, who said that and what?
I tried to look in the bag, but she was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And I was like, sorry.
But she's turned around away from us. How would she have noticed?
She's got eyes on the back of her head.
Oh, right. She can sense the vibe. Everything around her.
Oh, I'm sensing someone trying to look at my shit.
Someone's being a private detective, and I didn't consent to this. Something.
Yeah, so this one's out of service.
Oh, it's an arcade game. That's why it... Okay.
The keyboard is missing.
Right.
The keyboard is missing.
Except that's not how most arcade cabinets are put together.
Yeah.
There's no like extra TV in the back of them, as far as I'm usually aware. Typically down there, it's either mostly just empty with like the, bits for the computing hardware and whatnot.
I haven't been here yet. Okay, I guess I can just...
It's locked. I wonder what the deal is with this red tag.
Out of order. Except you just opened it like it was open, so... Okay, waiting for... So, it's a... Wait, what?
This takes an employee access card.
I called the service to request upgrade for card reader. Below is a schematic for the circuit as it currently stands. The resistors are in parallel. Waiting for delivery of macro
resistor. I split the circuit to allow easy soldering of macro resistor once it comes in. Krollmeister called and said that the total resistance for the upgrade has to be 15 ohms. They said the macro resistor will give 5 ohms of resistance. Whoever's hooking up the things should hook the resistors in series. Nick.
Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode.
Yeah.
We're a bit over. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.